Boom, back. Say LFCTV with your boy Say, and I'm here, full gang, D Generation X inside. You know what time it is. It's been a while, but we're back. Yo, what go on, man? Them, you telling me?
That we never left, man.
Come on.
That we never left. I'm
Nah,
blessed, bro. I'm blessed.
good stuff. Ish, you telling me, bro? Fresh back from Barca and that. Nice to have you back.
I don't know about fresh, bro, but I'm back in it. It's good to be back. I missed you, man. I can't even lie. But yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you,
I'm ready.
Come on, let's go in. And listen, firstly, I just want to thank everyone, like all the new subscribers and that have jumped onto the channel and that. Thank you so much. I felt like yesterday was get Saint LFCTV to 1K day or something. Yeah. It was mad. I was just going on to everyone's stories and that and just seeing the channel and that. Now listen, it was love, man. So thank you everyone. Ilyas, big up your damn self. First in here, obviously, but man was in next man's stream, posting my link. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, like you, man, give me life. I'm telling you. So love, and big respect. And like, you know how my thing is, isn't it? My thing's calm. I'm cool, and you know how the thing's set. But it is nothing without these man in it. You know, like that. So these man, like, I'm just glad to be back in the place with you. You know what I'm saying? And we can chat away and talk about it. So yeah, with that said, please, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you're inside. Make sure you've done that already. Subscribe if you haven't. If you're new, please. Like Ilyas said, I think he put it up 6 times actually. Man's 51 away, you know. Imagine that.
That done.
Brother, that's I can touch it. I can feel it. Hey, you know, like that. So come on, man.
You come with the old school MJ and that.
You know, like that. You know, come on. My guy Ish is always onto it. Always there, like, you know, always grabbing them. But yeah, like, big up Psychedelic Scientist. Come on. 6 times inside. Yeah, we're all good, man. Hope you are as well, man. You know this, bro. You know this. My guy Jerry James jumping on as well. He gave me 10-day ultimatum. He's like, you're doing this in 10 days, but you know, like that. So say nothing. Yo, I'll go and say, and the man, so good close.
Big up, Ravi.
Come on, big up, Ravi, man. You dumb, Mac with the techers, bro. These man come with the techers, you know, like that. Yeah. Soon I'll go on down. So hope you're good. Hey, my guy Enny up in the place and that. What are you telling me?
Big up Enny, man.
Yes, bro.
Big up Enny, man. Love Clay, man. Love. Big up yourself. Hope you're good. Ravi saying, Ish, did you go to a club in Barca called Jamboree and the club slaps for hip hop?
No, I did it still. I went to a festival in it. Yeah. I went Primavera in it. But I didn't hit no clubs, just beach, festival, hotel. That was it.
Yeah, say that. Apparently you man going in on the Kendrick J. Cole thing, yeah.
We'll chop it up, bro.
You know what, yeah. Every time I see man, all I see is rich nigga, broke fuck.
Hey, this is gonna be a good show still. Everyone's coming with those early doors. This is gonna be.
Oh my day, I say.
Hey, big up. Come on, big up Kendrick in the place, you know, and that. Keep it together, bro. I mean, that tune slaps, I'm not even gonna lie, but every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, that's mad, bro. I swear down. Yo, hi ho, that's situation of pussios. Yeah, listen, we've dealt with that one still, but yeah, I hear you, Raz. I hear you. Still got confidence, man, yeah? All right, say nothing. Come on, I see 300. This thing, you know, like that. That's why you love us, bro. You look like
this. Man, never come with the bars, bro.
Yeah, bro, come with the bars, bro. I'm telling you, big up everyone that's inside, man. We've got 18 man inside. Please make sure you slap that like, man. Please hit that like, man, for man, innit? Come on, Jay Paulie, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, man. Jay Paulie was doing up Twitter campaigns for man. Yo, it was love, man. Nah, love. This chat is undefeated. All right, so very quickly, we're gonna do this in about an hour or so. You know what I mean? So let's get to it. That's what I'm saying. All right, before we get into the individual player ratings, yeah, let me just start off very quickly by an overview, and I'm gonna go around to each one of you in it. big up a couple man that have seen me in a couple of streams. Big up Jamie Phillips and that certain man that don't know me. Thinking, raw, Saint's coming on violence, like, you know, them ones there, like, he's not really rating the thing, like, he's just coming on absolute corn. So I just wanted to take time and put everything in perspective in it, because obviously we're going to do a lot of dicing into the team and certain man, but overall, I was one of the ones that was spearheading that this season was not a failure. Didn't want to hear no failure chat. It was highly disappointing. Highly disappointing compared to like the standards in which we had that we were so close to achieving. But it wasn't a failure. Ultimately, a domestic double in a season is something we ain't done. Do you know what I mean? Under Klopp in this regime. So, you know, we'll celebrate that. But I do feel like ultimately there are things that we do need to talk about. And retrospectively, and that's exactly what it is. It's retrospect, because if this was a season in isolation, well, we would talk about it very differently. You know, the ones there. Like if we didn't have Man City in the league, we would talk about things very differently. I rate our team. I love our team. I think the journey this season has been, like, honestly, it's been sick. It's been absolutely sick. So, like,
you know what it's saying. Sorry to jump in.
Nah, go in.
The wind was taken away from ourselves. Like, the Champions League fan, the night we lost it, it was impulsive. It was in the moment. I was saying this has been a shit. I didn't mean it, but I was like, fuck this. It's been a shit season. Failure. Everything under the sun. But now it's been, 2 weeks? The week since the final. Let it digest and that. Like, word to you. For me, it's been a big disappointment. You can't, any season you win two trophies in the same season, it can't really be a failure. It's a big disappointment, but not a failure, man. But it was very impulsive at the time. But I was just so, like we all were, just so disappointed, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, like, just quickly, Raz, like, don't let man like expressions and then man rattle you. But at the same time, this is why we're having a show like this, because there is some truth in what's being said if you're looking at it objectively. Do you know what I mean? Like this is 4 out of 5 domestically for them man there, and going into this season, if we're their nearest challengers. Yeah, do you know the reason why? For me, Klopp, as much as I rate him, has got some way to go as being a top manager, like the Fergies, like the Ancelottis, like the Peps. Them man there, for me personally, it's just my criteria. But to retain a Premier League or any league that you've had is outrageous. It's an outrageous feat because of how hard it is to do. So them man there, hold it. Bro, we're their nearest competitors. And if we allow them to do the mad thing, which it looks like they're probably going to do with the additions in which they've got, like Alvarez and Haaland and that's 3 back-to-backs in 6 years, bro.
Yeah, we can't see them do that.
This is why I've been coming. This is why, like, when you actually deep it, yeah. This is why I've been coming on violence. So it seems, and I've been a bit more like, I'm not going to stand around and be like, yeah, great season, and then just like we've got to move forward. And how we doing and how we moving forward, because we have to. We've got to do something. You get me? But like I said, I don't want that to overarch the thing. We had a good season, not a great season. We had a good season, but a great journey. We had a great journey, like you know them ones there. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Ish, come on, talk to your boy.
Word to what Romps was saying, but like it is disappointing the way it ended, because we was right there till the end. For me, I don't know about you, man, but the Prem hurt me more in it, because we had like a 20-minute spell where there was just mad hope, and I was like, we're actually gonna do this. And I think if we win the league, some way somehow we're winning the quad. Like we're winning that final. If the quad's on the line, I believe we win that final. But I'm still disappointed in the Champions League. If I'm being real, like we didn't really turn up. If I'm being honest, in that game,
100%.
Only Ibu can really hold their heads high. Like Ali was moving mad. Thiago wasn't fit fully, I don't think. Fab wasn't fit fully. Hendo wasn't really in the game as much. First half, he was all right. Front three. Salah might have been the best one, you know, if I'm being real. He might have been the best one.
I think Mane. I think Mane, to be fair, if I'm honest with you, I think Mane was.
I hear Mane might have had the better chance. He might have created a better chance.
Yeah, but over the grand
the ball
scheme,
sticking.
yeah,
the ball until Bobby came on, the ball wasn't really sticking up.
Salah for me, like in the first half, just non-existent. Like in the first half, what do you think
it was all right? But you know what it is? You know what it is? He's been about a 2 recently. He might have been about a 6.
Yeah,
and the other 2 were about
and like, but do you know what it was as well?
I feel like he was doing a bit more of what
do you know what hurt
him for?
Yeah,
but do you know what hurts him? Do you know what hurts him? His mouth.
Yeah,
that's what hurts him.
Yeah. The way man was talking like he was gonna bag a hay or like.
So I can't hear 6. I can't hear 6 when you're talking. When we need you and you're talking big chat.
But he's been doing that.
I'm thinking you're coming with a 9. You know that I'm thinking you're coming Watford, Man City performance. So this is why I'm like, you know what, bun you like Mane just come and he done his like you know them ones there overall. I don't think he was great at all, but personally,
Diaz, I think was dead food if I'm being honest.
Dead food. This is what I'm saying, and this is what shaped the season, and this is why I have to hold so much. Like people are coming up to, I'm hearing in like big up. I can't even remember who said it. Ricky yourself, big up yourself. But it wasn't Jamie's show. I was on fire, bro. Like I was on smoke.
Man, the pipe bomb.
I just because I wasn't having this. Like you know the ones there. Like it's all well and good. Like but we're Liverpool FC, bro. We're the like these man. I thought Real were gonna be dead for a while, bro. I thought Barca were gonna be. These man are starting to like resurrecting that. Like we've got to.
Let's be real.
Don't be surprised if they even retain it, bro. With the additions,
we all underestimated them. We all underestimated them.
We did.
If I'm being honest, I thought we was gonna give him 3 or something.
You know what it is? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I didn't underestimate them. I thought they were gonna be what they were gonna be in that final, bro. But
do you not think we would have more? Yeah.
That's exactly it, bro. It wasn't a case of me underestimating them. I know what they're bringing, and I said this is heritage, bro. But we were dead.
This don't matter, this doesn't matter because in history books you're not gonna think, one team played better than the other. But when you actually deep it, the difference between the teams was Courtois. I'm not having bro we played this exceptional. I'm not having it because the rival fans are trying to get us even more annoyed by saying you didn't turn up. Cool. We didn't play to what we can play to. But if you're going to sit there black and white for 90 minutes and say who was the better team, you can't tell me it was Real Madrid. Courtois had an outstanding
but my thing, Roms, is you're 100% right on everything you're saying. But personally, as good as Courtois was, I don't think we done enough. I don't think he had the game where it was like we didn't really.
We never peppered them once. We never had a 10-minute spell where we were just like shit was just flying in.
Actually showed them what and we didn't. And so ultimately we were the better team. But for what? You know,
it was a bit passive aggressive. Like it was. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Let me get some of these comments and then we get into this. Big up Trudon, man. City doing more back-to-backs than Drake, brother. I'm telling you, rude boy. Like, people don't understand how serious this season is, you know. People don't understand how serious this
could be one of our biggest seasons in a long time. Because we're expected to deliver one of the big two now, like 100%. More the league than Champions League.
Rants and expression jealous. Like, come on, guys. Let's just move on from rants and expressions, and come on, like it is what it is. You know, like that.
Big them two up, but obviously they're gonna have.
And that's what I said as well.
I rate them both.
Big up them, man. There. Why are some people saying if we get Pulisic, Klopp can do a madness and make him better player? That's so dumb. I actually think he could. He's not fucking fit, bro. It's long.
That's the thing. I think you two will agree. I think Pulisic is a bad man, but he doesn't stay fit. And for us, I can't have him missing all them 1-on-1. I can't see another wasteful guy. I do rate him. A lot of Liverpool fans are calling him shit, this, that, and no, he's not dead, but he's like kind of like if we got them better, like how many games are they really gonna play? Like, do you know what I mean?
Come on, stat man. Big up yourself.
Big up stat man.
Big up.
Diaz was watched in Paris. Yeah, it wasn't a good look. I'm gonna get into some of these comments as well before we start the player ratings. But I got my guy Jerry James here coming the right time, just as it is.
What's going on, man?
Saying, Jerry, whilst I'm just going through these comments, I was just saying to the man then before we start dicing up the players and that, what was your overarching thoughts of the season, really? In give us a quick.
I mean, I've been saying like just even in the chats with Ish and that like we've competed in every competition in it. We were available in every competition. We played every game that's possible. saying, in regards to that, it's a good season because that's what, like, when you're an Arsenal fan, as an example, that's what you're begging for, innit? You're begging to just be competing. But the end of the season, do you know what it is? You got to put it away, just like a striker, innit? Just like a striker, like you might have just taken on your man bare times, but in that opportunity comes in that 90th minute, I need you to score, and I feel like we didn't manage to do that. I mean, the two main objectives we wanted, we ultimately failed, and it doesn't matter if you come runners up. It doesn't matter if you. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Literally, it's just, that's it. So, not looking great, man. It's not looking like it does. It doesn't look great. Like when you look at the season as a whole, at the end of it, it don't look great. It don't look great.
No,
it's like saying Chelsea have had a good season because they were in and around everything until the last moment, barring the Champions League. And I wouldn't say they had a great season. So man.
No, you're right. And I said that, and I was saying before you came on that obviously going into this season, it's critical because them man they're on the verge of maybe like triple retentions, bro. Like in 6 years, 3 retentions in 6 years, and we're the only one that's close enough to stop it. So we have to move. It's mad. There's 2 different opposing comments, yeah, and I would probably side with Boss like Endos, but big up Psychedelic Science, you know you're my guy. He said we had about 30 chances, just need to find the back of the net. Salah needed to live up to his shit talking and score at least 1 goal in the final. Very much agree with the second part of that. But where are these 30 chances, bro? I didn't really see 30 chances.
Yeah,
like,
one of them was Fab, like launching it out of the stadium. Bro.
Yeah,
I think I saw it fly over. Like that was a mad shot.
That's why when Boss like Endo says we didn't lay siege on the Madrid goal, so we can't complain. We pulled up to a stone with a gunfire. I think that's more generally.
Naby's chance. That's the chance.
It got me mad. But if you man seen, I'll send it to all of you if you've not seen it. Like the Liverpool goal's actually going in. Someone edited it.
Yeah, edited it. Yeah.
Oh, I was so mad. It looked so real as well.
And they did what's his name? Missing it, innit? Like missing. They did Vinicius did missing it. I was like, oh.
That got me madder, bro, because it looked so realistic, bro.
I was like, why haven't we got Sterling in them positions there? Definitely missing that, like, you know, like Werner, young Werner in there, like, you know, like that. Hey, come on. All right, cool. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Right, give me a second, and let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. Right. Here we go. Okay, you might see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. So listen, haven't got Luis Diaz in this. So do you know what I mean? We haven't got Luis Diaz in that. But I've got
might as well change Nat Phillips to Luis Diaz, isn't it?
No, I'll change Loris Karius to Luis Diaz because then you'll know what going in it. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of sounds the same, and it is what it is. Haven't got a Klopp either. We'll do Klopp at the end, right? We've got NA for people that don't really. Let's just start off and put the NAs in there, and then obviously we've got and all of them. We've got like so what I've done so I can explain it. The season we had, let's be honest. The season we had, we never had no 0s, 1s, 2s, 3. I think a man is starting in the 4s and 5s in it. Like, do you know what I mean? The most deadest person I can think of in our squad this season probably starts there. Let's just start there. Do you know what I mean? And I've done it so that there's half. That you can do the 0.5. So 4 to 5 is obviously everything that's 4, 4.5, and 5. And then, do you know what I mean? 5 to 6 is 5, 5.5. Do you know what I mean? And we can do it that way. And then obviously we've got the MVPs of the season. You know what I'm saying? All right, so NAs, Adrian, obviously it's going in there. Nat Phillips is going in there. Nico Williams is going in there.
Ben Davies in there.
He's a ghost, bruv. Ben Davies ain't no.
I forgot what he looks like, bruv.
Yeah,
I was only reminded today when I said, "Oh, he's allowed to leave on the free." I was thinking, brother's not even playing.
I saw a picture of him just walking through Selfridges, but no one bagged him. No one bagged him.
Don't kill him.
No, I'm being serious. Someone was like, I recognize his face. He's just bopping around like with his missus. Like no one gives a toss.
He can't. All right, so. Let's start with man like Robert. We're gonna go the other way. We're gonna go the other way. Oh yeah, Karius as well. Yeah, well, no, we do leave Karius. He's an NA, but he's Diaz, isn't it? He's Diaz, isn't it? All right, so Robert. Let's start with Robert. What's man saying?
That's a tough one, you know. You started with the most difficult one. I don't know how to look at it.
Yeah, that's so.
Would you
Let's
say he
just
had
go
a
straight
slow?
into this.
Would you say he
He
had
had
a slow start to the
He
season?
had a
Yeah.
slow start.
But
Then he got
exactly, yeah,
sick again, and then he just looked tired towards the end.
that's my point. It was like up
weren't
and
right.
down, innit? It was up and down. Like the fact that I had a lot of Liverpool fans just talking about, you know, us wanting Tsimikas in front of him. Do you know what I mean? Like some fans would prefer wanting Tsimikas ahead of him and that. So I don't know, man.
You know
I
what?
did.
It's only
I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
a little bit.
But this is exactly. I was about to say this, and
It's
I'm
on
so
top a
glad
little
you said that, Ish, because there's a lot of players, yeah, that I feel like their decline is down to Klopp and their overusage. So when we're judging these, man, we're judging them as much as their impact. Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, some man, obviously, like Robbo, is gonna have to. His decline was clear for us to see, and he should probably even be as low, because by that time he should have been subbed in for Tsimikas, but he wasn't. But we have to. Do you know them ones there? But certain man, Thiago, there's a lot of men that are overused, so we're gonna have to. Do you know what I mean? Take that into account. But I do agree that Robbo at the end of this, like I was screaming for Tsimikas to start that Real Madrid game. Like Wolves game, I thought he was pants. But earlier on in the season, I thought he was. Do you know what? You know when I got the best Robbo? When Tsimikas came.
Yeah.
That's when the best Robbo came. You know them ones there.
No, I think that's just a trend through our squad, because you got the best Mane when Diaz came. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that players are just playing. Once they think, shit, I'm not as comfy as I thought I was, they just elevate to another level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even man like Matip gone up a level this season because he knows
exactly, bro.
Gomez is there as well, so like he's even gone up a level as well.
That's what we need to carry on doing, just adding quality so players know they're not. Because as a baller, yeah, if you know you're starting every game, you're naturally gonna kind of drop your standards. That you won't admit it, but you naturally will, because like, I can have a bad game. I know I'm in the team.
Yeah,
if you don't know you're in the team, you're naturally gonna. Know what I mean?
Yeah, Mark says it. He says, for the best left back in the world, not a great season. I don't think it was a bad season, but it wasn't a great season. Ricky's saying 7.
I'm gonna say 6 out of 7.
I'm saying 6.5. Still,
I can't see.
That's
7
what I was saying.
I'd say 6.5. I think. Yeah.
When it was bad, it was quite bad. If I'm being real, the Villarreal game, one of the goals. There's a couple of times where actually Trent's made like the final mistake, even in the final itself. But the first mistakes come from Robert's side. He's either gone to press, he's let the cross come in. He's on foolishness, so Trent gets caught.
Even just to add to, not to go off topic, but I don't normally watch internationals, but I watched the full Scotland game the other day, and
oh my god,
he had a howler. You could tell he was just tired, bro. If you would have laughed, there's a Jerry probably saw it. There's a point where the balls come from high, and
the goal with it.
And bro, they nearly scored, but that was one of many, bro.
No,
I was like, bro, you need a 2-week holiday.
No, but listen, the goal itself, the ball's gone over his head, and he's just done this.
Yeah,
like
just watch.
And the man ran off him. Yarmolenko plays on the right. Yarmolenko's ran off him and come into the centre. He hasn't even realised. He's just gone like,
I can't lie. I think for next season, I think Robbo shouldn't be introduced as a starter at least till mid-September. I think Simi just give him a run, because Robbo is tired, bro. Tired.
Yeah. No, you're definitely. You're right, man. You're right. Robertson's shooting really needs to improve as well as a score.
Shooting. Oh my god, I think he's the worst at the club.
He does the same thing every time.
Keller, I bet him. The shooting. I swear.
That is true. It is true.
I hear that.
Hey, low-key, bare of his goals are headers as well, you know. He's with his feet. Bare of his goals are headers. Or come off like his belly or something. He just scores some mad goals sometimes.
He's very unorthodox.
Shout out Phoenix93 says, love Robbo, but it's very apparent that he is technically limited. Crosses and corners have been poor, in my opinion, at key moments where Tsimikas excels. 6 for me.
Yeah.
Big up
on money, you know. Big up Phoenix, man. She kind of on the money.
That's what we've been saying most of the season.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
Phoenix just
Yeah, she just slapped it. Phoenix, big up yourself.
Got twisted. Yeah.
He's on the same. He's still in the same bracket, but he's a 6. We know that, innit? All right, cool. Let's move on to man like Flacco. What's your thoughts on Flacco this season?
I'm just gonna echo Saints' thoughts because big up yourself, Saint. That game for Villa was one too many, and you said if he plays this game, he's gonna pull up. But
That game was the
you know what? It's with
game.
He was.
you know what?
shit
It's
before
with
that.
Fab. Like when he was good, he was just the best in my opinion. Probably bar Rodri. I'm gonna take my Liverpool hat off. Rodri's probably a bit better than this
Yeah.
season, but
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Fab was good, he was amazing. But when he wasn't, for example, that first half against City at Etihad, boy, it showed. But I think if you're speaking over the grand scheme of things, I do think Fab had a good season. I honestly do. And let's be real, he didn't get injured too much. I think there was one early in the season, but it wasn't a long one. It was like a week or two. Then towards the back end, like the very back end. But I think Fab had a 7. I don't know what you man are saying, but I think Fab had a 7 out of 10 season.
I think I'll give it a 7.
You know what? Yeah, you know, very very quick before we go on. Yeah, big up boss like Endo who says third most assists in the league for a bad season. He's different, which is true, but this is where stats are different. Because we could see the eye test, and we have someone that's who's an adequate deputy. Or big up man like Don, my Don, you know, big up Don. Man says Simicast starts next season. Or
big up Don.
You know,
Hey,
like
you've been screaming this as well.
I've been saying this, Don, bro. I've been saying this, bro. We rinse, man, like, and we need to be able to change it up. But anyways, getting back to Flacco, I think I'd give Flacco a 7.5. You know, I feel like pretty much what Roms was saying. When he's been on point, he's been on point. And also, he's our DM with very limited ability. Yeah. Very limited what's it called? Agility.
Athletic ability, yeah.
Athletic ability. How do Ross, and this says more, this big up my Don, but this says more about our midfield. How do Ross is he our highest scoring midfielder? What's going on?
Oh, that's a
What's going on? Someone chat to me.
Bro, that January and February, that spell where he was just backing like every other game. I was like,
and man can't say penalties as well. Man was slapping like nah, bro.
He was getting a lot of poacher goals as well, bro. He was mad.
Yeah. And to be fair, a lot of men are saying that Ricky's saying 7.5. Boss like saying Fab gets 7.5. His lack of athleticism showed later in end of the season. 100%.
Also, we need a young DM. We need a young DM.
Yeah, like a Shuameni with me screaming it, innit?
Yeah.
Like that.
100%. All right, so 7.5 is definitely the one because we got
I can hear 7.5 still. I'll up it a bit.
No, I think he was hard. Like I said, just for the mere fact that he's our highest and with like not like something meaty, like 2. He's got like 6.
He's got 7 goals.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like he's getting 7.5 straight. All right, Fab. And then we will go to Verge. Big Verge. Man, like, he's our number 4. Them ones there, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen,
for that one.
Just the intro for this guy, yeah. But I think us as fans knew, but in the back of our minds, we're still like, it's a massive injury. He might not come back to what he was. We always knew he'd be good, but he may not come back to what he was. And to come back and put in the performances he has this season, he's undoubtedly the best in his position, man. And you can screw it. I don't think you can scrutinize him. There's a few games where he did a few things where we might have raised the eyebrow, but even if he did, he's allowed, bro. Like, he is allowed. If there's anyone, it's him. I think he had an amazing season. I know, like, the Champions League and Prem might take away from it a lot, not getting over the line, but I'm giving Dyke 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
straight.
I'm going to be controversial, man. I'm going to be controversial. I'm giving him.
This is what we're here to do. I want to hear your view, bro.
I'm giving him 7.5. Reason being is Matip's been our best defender. And all the points are going to Van Dijk because he epitomizes the defense, innit? It's like, you know how JT, well, my bad. You know how JT epitomized Chelsea's defense, or you got Rio who epitomized, I mean, and you had Vidic, and then they would rotate with, or Smalling, whoever's playing there. Verge obviously epitomizes that defense, so you got to give him his plaudits. But he hasn't been nowhere near as good as Matip. Nowhere near. There's been a couple times where I've seen people, and it might have not resulted in a goal, so you don't remember it.
Yeah.
But he ran off him, got in behind him, and Ali's came to the rescue, and it's like, raw, Ali saved us. And I feel like we're forgetting that. And better, I do feel like, and I think he owned up to it himself. He said, "This season is my comeback season." He's like, "Next season, he did the best of me." So I think
you know what it is, Jerry, man.
Go and say, "Oh yeah, he's been amazing." I disagree with the nines and stuff because, like, even in terms of goals, Matip, Konate, they've been so vital on both ends of the game. I think you can't deny that. I think out of that poor players, I'd give him maybe an 8 at most, at tops.
I was thinking 8.
But 7.
The only reason I gave him an 8.5 is because what I'm about to give Matip still, because everything you said spot on, Jerry, but my rating for Matip's going to be a bit, crazy.
Also, just for getting back to any sort of level, like, you got to give him props.
Yeah, this is all right. Let me jump in it because this is where I feel like, bro. Again, I started it off by saying some of these men are prisoners to Klopp's system and being overplayed. Do you know them ones there? So Virgil is 100% one of them. You know them ones there. Like, he's 100% one of them. He's just come back from a fucking, like, people understand the injury man just came back from. Like, to be playing pretty much every game. And regardless, I think Jerry's right. He hasn't been nearly as good as he was before, but that's understandably so. But when a man's presence, is enough to just calm, them ones there, like regardless of how not good he's been this season, imagine not having him there. Ones there, like, and as good as Matip has been, like, him there, I think has made Konate better. Do you know them ones there? Like, Konate ain't played too many times with Matip. It's been Virgil. It's been having.
And when they have, it's not always been too. Of that Spurs game, the 2-2 Spurs.
Even the Wolves, the first half of the Wolves game, bro. Like,
just having him there, and what he's the consistency he's had to go to, just coming back off an injury, and the amount that he played. Brother, he has to be. I can't give him no less than an 8.5. I can't. To be fair,
I think 8. Can I just quickly? Let me just quickly jump in. If that's cool. Yeah, I disagree with one thing that Jerry was saying. I do think he's actually reached the levels that he's reached from previous seasons. But the only thing is, he's gone for making 0 mistakes. Like, literally 18, 19, he didn't make a mistake all season to maybe making like 3 or 4. Yeah. So I still think there's been times where I think, right, this is the old Virgil. Like, where he looks like he's playing against little kids. He's just giving man the arm and they're just flying away. And man don't even want to like take him on 1v1. But it's just like there's been a few times where he's been a bit sloppy, if anything.
And also in the other side as well, I do think that like, you got to remember, he's different, innit? He don't do the marauding runs, but Virgil's still providing them cross ball 30-yarders, and he's also being punished for maybe a lack of creativity when those balls are. Whereas before they were going to Salah and he was beating his man and boom, boom, boom. Them ones there. You can't. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's still providing what he does, and Matip providing what he does. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not coming together.
But you see, even like the Atletico, like the Inter game. Do you remember when Lautaro just took him and he slapped it? Or in the final now with Valverde? Because at first I'm the biggest Verge fan, innit? So I was like, nah, man. People try to talk about that aura defending, saying you don't press. I'm like, no, like, he has to go to ground because he's smart with he attacks as usually hit the box, innit? Like, shots from distance. He's like, let the keeper deal with that because the potential of you scoring that is the possibility is proper low. But when I saw that, I was like, Valverde got into the box, he didn't even press him, He was just doing what it is.
No, you're right. And we said we agreed with pretty much everything he said, but I said as much as he's not been great this season, imagine not having him there.
Of course. That's what it's like with Fab, but it's like with Fab, innit? Like, I feel like they had some good games, they had some bad games. And I feel like it took a while.
Even
do we not agree that he was overused though? He was overused this season.
No, 100%, 100. But I I can't judge it on that because there's bare little things that people have been. I'm just looking at it on the basis like how well if all things were level, how well have you performed? Like, and that's what I'm looking at. Because of course, if I look at like, it's comeback season, then yeah, I'll rate it higher than bare man in that I've played because there's certain men that haven't been injured or do you know what I mean? But I can't look at that. I can't look at. We'll get onto some of the other players, but I can't look at some of them and be like, but you know what? You were injured, Bear, so I'm gonna give you a blight because that one game you played, you were decent. But because you know what I mean, like.
No, I hear that. I agree with that.
I heard an 8. Like, I agree. I'll completely myself to half to an 8.
Yeah. He has to get an 8. He's been excellent considering he's come back from an ACL.
Yeah.
That's true. And apologies, bro. I didn't even realize that I needed to work on the setup that is covering up Jerry's face in that. So I'm not keeping the comments up too long so you can see my man. Apologies, Jerry, man. All right, so boom. Jeez. You can see it. You can see it, bro.
I'm getting PTSD.
Man, like
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, bro.
What were you saying? Like, what's going
on? You know what? Yeah, let me open up this one. If we're being honest, it was his first season that he stayed pretty much injury free, right? And up until that Champions League final, he still had average performances, but I would have been a bit more nicer than I'm about to be. I would have been a bit more nicer than about to. But you see that shot that went into Rosette? In fact, not even Rosette. That went out the Stade de France, bro. I don't know what he was doing with that.
But it wasn't like throwing. It went that way. He went that way. He didn't go this way. Went that way.
Did you see the way man looked at him? Did you see the way everyone looked at him when he done that?
Yeah, like what the hell you did? Like, to be fair,
why is the ball going that way and your foot's going this way?
I told you, Uncle Techers. Uncle Techers, bruv. That's all he knows is the Uncle Techers. Everything just toe poke, bruv.
And if everything. Well, Ishan say how many times we discussed that he actually can have the technique to pull it off, but he's not focusing, bro. Like, but I do feel I think he'll be in harsh to give. This is man's first injury-free season, the majority of it. To give man a 4, I think that's harsh. And
I can't rate you for staying fit. Like,
man,
never fit. I can't rate you just
but look, Newcastle game.
I can't rate you for staying fit.
Newcastle game had a good game. The Atletico was a tale of two halves because
exactly. I'm glad you brought it out because for 2 of the goals in that football. So you can score a banger, but it's 2-1, bruv. You made 2 big fuck ups and you scored 1 banger.
The Palace game I was at, he scored that mad volley, bro. Like, I think at best, he's probably had
the Villarreal game
5.5.
The Villarreal game, bro.
That was a 0 out of 10 performance, bruv.
No, wait. Scud in the first half.
Yes.
Then they bring on Diaz and leave him on. I said, what? And he was immense.
Oh, yes. And say, let's be honest, that was a trend for a lot of the games back into the season. Naby was starting bad and growing into the game. Yeah.
Games a lot better. It was.
But guys, go on.
I was gonna say when he's shit, it normally leads to a goal.
Yes,
mad. Even the Villarreal game, the first goal, bro, it was his fault. It was his fault, bro. It's a 4. You gave me 4 nice moments.
You're gonna kill me, yeah. When we get to a certain player, yeah, I might have to come on screen. I'm gonna start crying, bro.
Listen, with Naby,
it's a 4.
Like
a 4.
We have.
What are you saying, Jerry, about Naby?
He's not a starter, yeah. Like, all right, look, we don't want him to be a starter, ideally, innit? Like, if everyone's on form and everyone's fit, you don't want him to be a starter, so cool. When he comes off the bench, does he give us that, like, impact that a Rodrigo gave you? Or that, like, when Diaz has come on, he's changed the game completely.
Yeah.
No. I still don't know what type of midfielder he is. He's not a DM. He ain't got the legs to be a box-to-box.
I thought he was a box-to-box.
I thought he was. But I thought he was. He's wearing the number 8, and it hurts me. I'm not gonna lie. When I see that 8, and I see
the first 8
it's baggy. I'm like, I need a box-to-box.
Man, how long has he been at the club now? 4 years.
He's going into his 5th season, bro. He's going into his 5th season. What is he giving us, bro? Nothing, bro. If he give him a new deal, I'm not trying to see him get a new deal. I'll take 30 for him. I'll take
Yeah,
30
easy.
right now.
So would I. So would I. But I don't know if he's been as bad as man said.
Yeah, I
take it into account. It's a season review. You got to take all of it into account.
Yeah,
that's the thing I find with Naby as well, because he's been so injury prone. Yeah,
prone, and
people just like, you do this, or a generous 7. Like, why are you being generous, bro? We're here for the actual.
Big up Aaron.
Like, nah, bro. Like, come on.
No, you're taking the piss. Promo's taking the
Man says Reece Williams versus Kate in a foot race. My money's on Reece. Brother, it's not. This is what I'm saying. You know, I'm putting him as a 5. Yeah, I'm putting him as a 5 because.
But he runs over half time.
I think Klopp's faster than him. If they were to do like run into the tunnel at half time, yeah, I think Kate is getting left.
When the Klopp just starts shrugging, innit?
He's a 5.
What did we all agree on then? A 5?
5, man.
You man think it was average?
I think he was a 6. I think he was a 6.
I'll
be real.
The bad performances are bad, but then you have like the United game, innit?
Yeah, and then like, you know what I mean? And like you said,
and then even in the game itself, you had the volley against Atletico Madrid, and then the him getting skipped past, innit? like
it's yin and yang. That's why I gave him a 5.
It's Jekyll and Hyde, bro. That is
It's a 5.
It's hot.
I think
It's hot, and then the cold comes in, and then it becomes tepid.
How hot was the hot though? How hot was the hot in his best game?
Lukewarm.
Did he put in a 9 out of 10 all season? At any point? The whole game.
Blindy Newcastle.
The game, bro.
Blindy Newcastle as well,
bro.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. That's not his fault. Do it not come through plan, though? That's not his fault.
That's just it's something might be up.
He should have got up after that stretcher thing, you know. It wasn't that bad. You know, it's like a single booting. You know, like
Sunday.
Bro, we used to lose Naby over half a season because he fell doing a shit on the toilet. You're talking about you should get up because it's not that bad, brother. I was happy to see that he played a game after that, bro. Like, he said, I used to be walking the dogs. Yeah, I used to be walking the dogs in snow, thinking, raw. I hope Naby's got a pet walker, like, you know, the ones that I don't want him to be buckling and like, you know, that like, we lose, man. Like, nah, brother, please.
You know what moment kills me this season? Yeah, it was no one really speaks about, but do you see at the end of the Villa game, where my man just tried to drop on the floor, and Klopp was like, "Get up, bro!" He tried to fake it.
I don't understand what's going on.
Naby kills me, bro.
You man, I'm coming back in actually to drop something off quickly.
Say Phoenix, this is what I said. Cater 6 maybe. I was rooting for him. By the way, 27. I don't believe it. Oh, come on, someone needs to check that out. But the thing is, like, that's exactly it. With Cater,
someone needs to check that out.
He moves like he's 35. He's not even that athletic. Yeah. Like, it's just mad, bro. It's mad.
Even the hairline's a bit like, brother, come on.
And he's going for the back as well. You know when he's going for the top? That's the Hendo style, bro. Hendo's in his 30s. Like, nah, bro.
Man said when he kicked the grass and was out for 10 days. So I'm saying, like, it's peak, but it's peak. I'm gonna give him a 5. I'm gonna give him a 5. Let's not call him Naby. Let's move on. Man like Hendo. Captain Fantastic.
This is the one I don't really have to think. You go first, Ish, but I got my clear number. I don't really have to think about this one still.
I'm gonna say 7. You know, no, 6.5. I'm gonna say 6.5. I think he was very good in parts, very very good in parts. I can maybe hear a 7, but there's a lot of the time where you weren't really like. I'm kind of looking to you with the armband on your arm. Yeah, I'm looking to you to really like. Not even banging one from 30 yards, because I know that's not really your game, but you're not even like rassing man up on the pitch and that. In the Champions League final, like, you're just letting the game just like pass the whole team by. Like, if you can't be the best player on the pitch as captain, that's cool, but I need to see you like kind of bring something to the table. And I think there's been times this season where he's not really been present, but he's been consistent. I can 6.5. 6.5.
I was gonna go a whole one up.
A lot of people saying 6, 7, 7. Hendo gets a 6. So I was in the region of 6.5, 7. I'm not gonna lie. I was in that region.
You know what it is, man? Yeah. The role he played his best in, he won't naturally start in. That's the thing. Because let's be real, he had his best games in the 6, but you're not gonna start if Fab's fit. So when you're in the 8, you need to show us something. And I hear this is where I agree with you, Ish. In the 8, some games he was playing it just passed him by. Like, there's some games, if he wasn't shouting, I wouldn't know my man was on the pitch. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But I
But
think
you're right. But going back to what you're saying, Roms, we needed him.
yeah,
When and there was a lot of times that we needed him more than he was actually needed. So I was like,
needed, yeah.
put him in the six, like, and you know them ones there, and just to have him, to have that. If we did, you know them ones, I was like, yo, actually,
I'm to be fair, I'm giving him a solid 7.5, but because I don't think I've chopped up the Champions League final properly with YouTube, but just to add in this Champions League final, he was back to his first time crosses and just. I don't think he had a good final at all.
This is what I'm saying.
It's jarring, man.
I can't
It's
see
jarring.
that 7.5, bro. The max I might give him is 7 because do you know how many first, bro? Do you know how many? He thinks he's De Bruyne, bro. I don't want to see that first time Higgy cross that don't go to no one, and it just, bro. What are you doing? Like,
you know what? He kind of sold himself a dream because he pulled it off a few games this season, so he thought to himself, "I can keep doing this." Nah, brother, it's not a regular.
Where's your game intelligence, bro? If there's no one in the box, why are you playing?
Can't be a regular
why are you
thing.
just playing this one, bro. This is why I'm like, listen. I think a 7.
And that's where, man, them next season, we might actually need to revert. We'll get into that on another stream, but we might need to actually get a focal point, actual 9, instead of this false 9 team, especially against the big teams. But we'll get into that on another stream.
Yeah, facts.
Mohamed Salah.
This one is techie. This one is actually techie.
Hey, before we get into this, big up everyone that's in the cut, man. We've got like 30 man in watching this. Please, make sure you man are hitting a like, bro. That's all I'm gonna do. And please,
Jerry's come back in time. Yeah, smash that like in them comments, man. Wait, say I think you're 49 away now, bro.
Oh, come on, bro. We just
big
up
up.
over that hurdle. Yeah. Hey, come on. Big up everyone that's what's it called? Big up everyone that's just subscribed, man. Please. We're nearly there, man. That road to 1K is there. I can feel it, can taste it. So thank you ever so much, everyone that's just like the new subs and that. Quickly before man goes promo, Henderson watches the Bruyne videos before matches he plays in the 8. That's exactly it. That first time cross is dead food, Marco says. This is what I'm saying. Like, I can't. Pastor Salah, Old Trafford was sick, to be fair. No, that was hard. Yeah, that was hard. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're trying to, do you know what I mean? All right, so this is all these 8s and 8.5 are for Salah.
I'm scratching my head, bro.
Marco said 8.5. Salah first half of the season 10, then second half of the season steady 5. I think that's probably how I think about it. Big up psychedelic scientist.
So that's like a 7.5 then, isn't it? In the middle.
Yeah.
I'd give it 8. I'd give it 8 because he
was like a 10.5 at points.
Yeah, and he got the golden boot as well in it. So do you know what I mean? So
he got top assist as well. He got top
assist
assist as well, man. We got man. Yeah.
So I'll give him an 8. But
that last
part, I can't
see that again. I can't see that.
In my time, there's only like 3 players that have made me feel the way Salah felt the first half of this season. That's Suarez, Gerrard, and Torres. The way he made me feel at times in that first 6 months, I was just walking down the street thinking about him like, man has Mohamed Salah in our team. Like, he's doing a madness.
Man had man saying, give him whatever he wants.
Blank check, bro. If it starts with 6,
you are all guilty of that. I remember saying, big up yourself, because I was saying that every day. The guy can ask for a meal. We need to break the bank. Let's just mess up our club for this guy, bro. That's how mad it is. But he was giving me that euphoria that Torres, Gerrard, and Suarez are giving me, bro. That first 6 months of this season, I couldn't believe what we were seeing, bro. But
Duets, he made you realize that since January, he made you realize he's human. That's what's happened, man.
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
And the funny thing was, like, I don't know about you, man. I love Salah, man. But like, when he was in that form, me personally, this is me being real, I was like, this guy is cold. But when are you coming? Like, when is this gonna stop? Like, this weren't I knew this was.
You weren't sustainable, with it. It wasn't
sustainable. I knew this was. I was like, yo, this guy's done it. The Man City said, oh my days. Then Watford, I said, Jesus Christ. But I was like, yo, brother,
He's
When
been
is
trying
this
it every
gonna,
game
like-
since then as well, bro.
Yeah,
Just
what's
trying to
gonna
roll it
like?
with the bottom of his foot.
Man killed me when Ish was like, brother, you don't have to do the stud roll every game. He finished me. I was like, and that's what I saw. To see him doing it. I was
Bro,
like, brother,
every
relax.
game
Yeah,
will do it.
you know
No
what
to
is
nowhere.
you know what is just sad of these last 6 months is that a lot of fans obviously were saying one season wonder his first season, and they were like, he's so predictable. But the problem with Salah is you knew what he was going to do, but you couldn't stop it. This is the season where you know what he's going to do, and you can
And
actually
you could
stop
stop it.
it. Yeah,
That's
Every
exactly.
man was
Bro,
stopping
that's
it.
such a comment.
Every
Bro.
man was
That's
stopping it.
exactly.
that's
it.
the maddest.
Stop
That's
it.
the maddest thing, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
And the issue, you're right, it's every fullback, you know. It doesn't matter who it is.
Bro,
It could be a
I saw
Shaw,
Ryan Sessegnon fucking
it could be
lock him
Cresswell,
up, bro.
it could be
Twice.
anyone.
Alonso.
Ryan says a man
You
that's
got
hardly
Marcus
played.
Alonso, and you can't have him on toast. Like,
Marcus,
come
that's the
on,
biggest
bro.
one. That's the biggest
Yeah.
one. Marcus
And it
Alonso.
wasn't once. It wasn't once.
Right, it was, oh, bro.
It was more than once.
Marcus Alonso was sending him the other way back. He was doing a Trent on him.
Right.
I saw Salah on the edge of the box defending, like, raw. All right, man, grafting, you know.
Outrageous, bro. All right, so
but
you see a
just
calf,
quickly,
but
though.
then he sees a calf cart, and then you want to just rinse man inside out.
And I give him the same blow I give Virgil and Fab because from AFCON, Klopp just said, all right, cool, yeah, back in the team to the end of the season. Like, what? You want to be rotated? Nah.
But when I knew it was mad,
I think Salah's just telling Klopp, like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, but
if
you
you don't
can't
play
tell
me,
him
I'm
that.
leaving. I guarantee you he's saying that. In that
Gary,
interview,
that's what I thought, but Klopp still has to have that bit of man about him because I've always said Klopp can just be a genius with no common sense, bro. Because you know that Leicester game. This is when I knew Klopp was mad. That Leicester game, the immediate game when he landed, because I know he didn't start. I think he came on, but don't even bring him on, bro. Like, and Klopp was just doing a madness. He was doing a madness.
Second sign says, to be fair, has there ever been a player that's won the Golden Boot and Playmaker Awards same season in the Premier League?
Henry, yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
been a few. But Henry, Hasselbank.
But yeah, that's why he got an 8.
Nicole.
He got the he's got a few. Jeez, come on.
Kane last season.
Yeah,
last season,
yeah. You're right. Your question: what happened to the Preston Donny? We signed Ben Davis, bro. Come on, bro. He don't even exist, man. All right, cool. I lie. LCR, is it time for Salah to play as a striker? We've seen that.
No,
I wasn't a fan of it, bro. We've seen that, and I weren't a fan of it, bro. I just think it's time for us to find other ways to play without Salah while still having him in the team. And Klopp needs to stop being a pussy, you know, like that, like really and truly back your thing in it because I back your thing in it, like.
A quick one though, saying I don't know why he doesn't do that though. At Dortmund, everywhere else, he's had a solid, just a number 9 striker. It was Lewandowski, Aubameyang. He had Royce in behind him. But I think it's Buvac, innit? I think since Buvac left, he's just everything's gone out of his head because I don't know why he changed.
It's mad you said that.
When the first game he done that, he had a Rigi up top.
Yeah. I was just saying, Jerry, I was just saying when you're away, I think we need to actually revert back to that. We've never had it on the Klopp, but like you said, Klopp's had it in the past. We need now that number 9 focal point. Now we need a different way, especially against the big boys, bro. Because like we were saying, Hendo with them first time crosses and that, we don't have that presence in the box. So why are you doing that? But I would accept it more if we did, because I'll be like, Hendo, you know what? Your cross is still a bit mad, but I can see there's logic to it. But when you're doing it with no. Doesn't make sense, man.
Can I just say one quickly thing though? Like, I got to put it on the midfield as well though, because like, I never ever see anyone from the midfield making those runs into the boxes. You see how City always got the ball in there, right? Bernardo Silva. Us when we cross the ball, it's 2 or 3 man in the box maximum. Sometimes there's none. And obviously that like the Hendo, that like the likes of Hendo and that they've got to actually have a bit more about them, not just play the balls. But bro, certain other teams always got 3-4 man in the box every time. Every single time.
That's how you beat. That's how you beat a low block. By having 3. That's how you beat them. So that's why I said to us, it don't make sense us having this static like.
You know who's going to bring that to us though? 100%, depending where he plays. If Klopp plays Carvalho in that midfield 3, Carvalho will do that, bro. He's He's got an eye for goal. But I do feel we'll deploy him either side here and there. But
the problem is Klopp gonna like? I thought Genie was that guy when we signed Genie from
Newcastle. You're right.
He's just gonna curb it. He's just gonna tell him, you know what? I thought Naby was that guy. I thought Naby's gonna do that. He's not
even Curtis. When Curtis plays now, Curtis is just putting him in the area.
He just curbs. He curbed his whole.
Would you argue Elliot was doing it, and it's that before he got that mad injury?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
he
doing
started
a
he started the season well.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Arriving late and like trying to, still. It just
Now I'm
doesn't
seeing him
like,
cover
bro, like,
Trent. He's covering Trent. He's on the right. He's covering Trent, and Trent's going into the center. And you know what I mean, that's what's happening.
Yo, guys, we've got 25 man in here. We've got 35 likes. Please, man, hit the likes. Let's try and get this to 50 in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Would much appreciate it. All right, let's move on.
There's a player I can't wait for, bro. I just need to see. You look
like,
it.
Man, like the scouser in our team, innit? Yo, it's again another one who's fall victim to overusage. We don't. He is the system, and again, I feel like a lot of his bad performances was like, look at him in that England game, bro. Man, fucking done out on his feet, bro. Like,
I didn't watch it, but I mean, he was tired. Like he was on his face, bro.
They actually slapped the number 7 on his back. I can't believe
we
it.
haven't. We'll do the overall. We'll do the overall one at the end, innit? Along with Klopp's. So yeah, man. What you got to tell me about Trent? I think Trent had some really, and this is, you know what? Yeah, I feel like the Real Madrid game is a small microscopic look at Trent's whole game over the season. Actually been really good defensively. I'm not gonna lie, like, and people who watch us and like, he's actually Chelsea man. Abdallah, you're in it. I think it was Abdallah that said that. Or C1 London. I was like, you know what? After I seen him play against us, I actually give Trent more ratings defensively because he's actually not as bad as I thought, because I'm getting to see. But the moments of
it's concentration,
lapses,
bro.
The concentration.
Just to jump in there, Saint, you could argue the last 2-3 months of the season, Trent was better at what people normally scrutinize him for. He was probably better defensively than offensively the last 2-3 months of the season. And I've realized with Trent, right, I don't think he's ever really been this bad defender, because I just feel like with Trent, a lot of the times, his mistakes will lead to goals, so it's more noticeable. Because I've seen Reece James and Cancelo make enough mistakes, but it doesn't really lead to goals as much. So people have this perception, they don't make mistakes in that. But Trent's very unfortunate. Champions League final being quite evident. But when you actually deep it, I think he's been a good defender. Like I think it's been for a couple of seasons now. But where his errors lead to goals more time, it's just more noticeable, and it's what sticks with people's head.
Exactly that. Like that's what pisses me off in that Champions League final. He didn't really do much going forward. He actually was really good defensively, and then
he did well against Vinny, bro. The one thing we feared, I think he did very well against Vinny, bro. But that one thing is what you're gonna. It's not even like they scored another, or it was 2-1. It was literally that one goal to decide the game, and yeah.
So what we saying? Come on, like my guy Promo says, 34 likes, people. Let's get to 40 at least.
What did we give Robbo? We gave Robbo 6.5, innit?
We gave Robbo 6.5.
Wait, Trent was still up there in the metrics, innit? Like chances created, second assist.
Oh yeah.
7.
My heart says. I was gonna say my heart says 7.5, but my head is saying 7. I think.
Yeah, I think we're all around that 7.5, 7. Like, you know, there was there.
That's it. Big up Asset's gonna come on smoke, bro. This guy hates us.
Subscribe to the thing in stream, man. Like Morgan, let's get straight to the 1K. Come on, love. Trent was fantastic in the FA Cup final. He was. That tackle in the FA Cup, you're right.
Even Vinny, bro. Do you not remember when?
He was about to score, bro.
And he tackled Vinny, bro. Yeah.
And that pass in the FA Cup final, Diaz is missed. Because if he gets that, that's like a momentous, like another one where it's like, you know what? That's memorable right there.
Ricky is spot on though. Get him off free kicks. You know
You don't have anyone else though. Big man, that's why
I'm
trying to see Madders coming. We need another.
Ish, you know when you first said that, I was like, I kind of looked at you sideways, but I can hear it now. I can actually hear it.
Bring him, bro.
They'll just try and bump. You know, we're paying minimum 70 M's though. They're going to try and bump.
I'm not trying to see that.
Do you guys think Henderson's better at free kicks than Trent?
Nah.
I think Van Dijk is better. Like, put Van Dijk on, he can slap, you know, man.
Yeah.
You used to slap them for Celtic in that, bro.
Yeah.
Trust. Slap, bro. I'm telling you, man, don't want to do it, but I'm like, come on, man. 2 goals, 12 assists in the Prem. Yeah, no, he did. He did. Like he had, but he was leggy in times, and there was times when I was like, yo, just play Gomez, like, you know, give him a rest, like he's getting out. Well, we're looking. Anyways, let me not open my mouth. Touch wood.
But like you said, so
going down the way of Rooney, Owen, like the overusage, Saka, like, bro, we need to calm down, you know. We exactly. Now I said it, you've all gone.
I'm just like,
bro, it's techie, you know.
He got a point.
Actually techie, bro.
No, lad,
like you said, he is the
saying, bro.
system. He is the system.
He is the system, bro. He's the system. He's the system. But I'm gonna give him a 7.5, 7.5, 8. I think he's a system. That's when I look at that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Man, like Alcantara, jeez, them ones there. Like, what are you saying? What are you telling me?
You don't. I mean, you want to be not put this on, bro, because
you might not like this, but I can't give him more than a 7. I'm getting real.
Yeah.
I can't. I want to. His ability.
I thought it was going to be.
His ability is a 10 out of 10. But bro, I ain't seen you enough. I haven't seen you enough, bro. Like, and it's just like he's become so important, and it's not his fault that he's so technically like just above and beyond anything else we have in the team. But bro, I ain't seen you enough, man. I ain't seen you enough. And I know it's not really, we shouldn't be surprised that this is the Thiago we saw at Bayern. Like, we knew he was coming with a bag of injuries, but if he could only play half the games in the season, then like, as much as we can say that the other man might not have been as good, but I'd rather see you there in the trenches week in, week out. I know I can rely on you, but yeah, I've been disappointed with him at times with his fitness. But listen, he's one of my favorite players. He's one of my favorite players.
Not available for the biggest games.
Let me. What I'm gonna come in and opposite, and Ish knows where I stand with this. Is I think Thiago is a fucking bad boy, and I think that, like, I have to give him higher, only because Thiago is what the Ross Thiago is. We knew what Thiago was. Thiago ain't Cater. Cater's a surprise to us. Well, Rotty, what's going on? Do you understand? No,
you're right.
We knew what the Ross Thiago was, and it's not his fault that he's that saucy. I keep on going back to this. Because I feel like it's the best analogy I have. Man gave me the cheat codes. They gave me the cheat codes to clock FIFA and told me the buttons, bruv. It was up, down, X, Y, Z. I've got a 3-year-old daughter. It was her and her little dickhead brethrens that I'm now using this cheat code on because I can't be asked to play them. I know it works, and I'm just slapping them. When you look at our win conversion with Thiago, it is a mazine, bro. And you don't tell me he's not there, because really and truly, look at, he's been there. He's been there more than Cater. He's been there.
I was reading something. I think this has been his most injury-free season. But
he's still been injured a lot. He's
just been injured because of how much you miss him, because of how effective he is in the side. But that's not his fucking fault. Klopp, don't fucking play. Like, Klopp's using him for every game. Every game.
A genius of no comments.
And then when it comes round to play me at FIFA, the buttons don't work, bro, because man's been slapping up my little sis.
I can't lie. I think Tate will agree. I can't hit any less than an 8 for Thiago. I'm sorry.
No. Naby's played more games than him.
Than Thiago.
He's played, yes, but he's played the same. I'm just looking at the data now. I was double checking. Cater's played 40 games. Thiago and Milner have played 39. That's not good enough, and you're not available for the biggest games.
That's one game, bro.
That's my point. That's my point. Is that?
But that's not. But this is what I'm saying. Jerry. That's not his fault, bro. Like, we should have another. Thiago is our only creative player in our fucking team, bro.
The luxury,
bro. He's the only one. There isn't another one that you can say, he's our only creative player, and that's his fault. But listen. Was he available for the United game? We had to rely on Milner and Cater, which was a surprise to us when it popped off.
That's because United.
That's the game I wanted for. Yeah, but hold on a second. But it doesn't matter.
The FA Cup final. There's an issue.
If he's not in there, if you take him out, our cover is dead. So it's not his fault. It's like this is what I'm saying. It's like you're like, oh, if you take him out of that, like, but if you take him out of the Burnley game, if you take him out of the fucking West Ham game, it's still the same fucking three.
But how can I judge him? But how can I judge him for sourcing up Burnley though? When I want him to be sourcing up Chelsea, I don't care about that,
bro. This is the thing. You want him to be sourcing up Real Madrid, but he's being used to source up Wolves. That's not his fucking fault.
So his source isn't. So his source isn't at the optimum. Like you need to see it.
You got to bang the bottle to get some out. By the
time it's like you're squeezing. Sometimes you have to get the scissors and cut the bottle.
Sometimes you got to use the next condiment, you know, because you just. I want to use that for that meal because that slaps. Yeah.
And you know what, Jerry, just to counter your point, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to think of all the games this season. But bar the Carabao Cup final, which he pulled up in the warm-up, and this Champions League final that just went, but that's only, he was introduced, but we know he weren't fully fit. He has been available more or less for the big game. And I think Chelsea early in the season, he wasn't.
City,
and
City,
maybe City.
United and City. Yeah. That's my point. And these are the games I want him for. But there's always something, bro. And I hear what Saint's trying to say is that we know we were getting. But I can't. Obviously, we're gonna just top in a minute. But I've got to base him. I've got to base him on everything. It's availability.
But you know what? You know what is Jerry? You know what is Jerry?
I'm merely basing him on how good was he when he came in to do what he needed to do.
No, but think about it. But Saint, let's say we had whoever, Mbappe, Messi, yeah, but he played one game, but wasn't available for the rest of the season. I can't give him a 10 for the season.
But that's an extreme because you're saying one game. He wasn't available.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is that the games I needed?
If you don't use an extreme, is if you're So for example, we're talking about Dembele, yeah. It would be fucking stupid for Chelsea, us, whoever the hell is in for Dembele, to have him and put him, regardless of his talent, as a mainstay in that first 11. Because he has shown.
But when you come and you ball out, though, you want to use that. You want to use that nice piece.
Bro, I'm not having that ish. I'm not having that.
Yeah, you know what it is.
You're not Sean Dash. You're not Sean Dash. You're not happy, bro. You're big Klopp. Brother, back yourself.
No, but listen,
this is where
39 games out of 64. That's not good enough,
bro.
Whether I know you're injury prone or not,
this is where Klopp's being nonchalant now because he's using Thiago in games. We do not need him. So when the big game comes around,
no, but think about it.
You say that we don't need him, but if we take him out, can you guarantee that we're going to win those games? Because I can't.
And on top of that,
I can't guarantee that.
And obviously, and on top of what Ish is saying, we brought him to replace Genie. That plays every game. I need
Jerry, do you think he was a direct reflection? Do you honestly think
that's not on us, bro?
No, let's say
if we came in to replace Genie.
No, but say imagine you had to go and drop off your daughter, your kids to school, yeah, and you had your whip. Your whip got you from A to B everywhere, but it wasn't a mad thing. And then someone said you can get the Ferrari, but it might break down on the way to work. And you say, you know what? We're gonna grab that. We're gonna take that risk. If that risk don't pay off and your daughter don't make it to school, that's your fault, bro. That's your fault, and that's the car's fault. And that's the car's fault. Why have you got?
Because he already told you. Do you know when it's not the car's fault? It's not because he already showed you from before. If he didn't say that, he said, "Yo, brother, I got a Ferrari." But the thing I'm saying is, you don't rate the whip. You didn't rate the whip. Like if he was so integral to us, yeah, then we shouldn't have let him go. And we did let him go. The thing that I thought was Thiago was an absolute luxury player at an absolute snippet of a price that could add to something that we don't already have. Never did I once think that because if he was a fucking replacement for Gini Wijnaldum, whose one of his best abilities was availability, you're a fucking idiot. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
You're for a player that plays all the time to play. Yeah.
That's what they banked on, and that's what they want. But ultimately, look, that's what Liverpool needed from. That's what Liverpool needed from Thiago, and he didn't offer that us.
They didn't need that. When we
play Bobby, hold on. When we play Bobby, it was up front, yeah, and you don't get us the goals. We don't say, oh, but you know what, like he's not supposed to do that. Like we know what we're getting from him. He's not a scorer. The reason why we needed a Skeng man and we got Jota, and that's what the reason why we're talking about at number 9 is because we need the goals regardless. If you're playing,
still needs you to be there to do your thing in it. We need Thiago to play,
but we need him doing that role. And if you can't offer us the availability, you're missing out. That's 25% of what you're here for. Though.
I think personally, Klopp didn't get him for that role. But as it has happened, he's happened to be in a role and it works. And it's been a bit of, when it works, and he's so sick. And
then comes the natural comparison with Genie. That's when the natural comparison.
Because he's only being played because of how sick it's like, yo, brother, we've got no one else that can do that. Like, but that's not on him. That's on fucking you, bro. Like,
no, this conversation is. I knew it before, but this conversation made me realize even more how quite depleted our midfield is and the lack of quality.
Bro, our midfield's meaty, bro. Take up Fab and Thiago. Our midfield is mid.
We were talking about Coutinho for time, and I didn't want Coutinho.
I was always open to have
Coutinho. Like, I needed that someone else because we don't have no creativity. And like this guy, if we had, let's just say we had a Genie, Let's say we had a Genie. Yeah. You would see what the fuck we brought Thiago in for. Be like, yo, boom, boom, yo, that. You know what? Boom, that Champions League final, you mad. You're that A1 sauce on the steak, brother. You know what? Boom, bam, bam. But we didn't. This is on us because we let Genie go. I don't know who we thought was going to play that. I'm telling you, it wasn't Thiago, bro. But I don't know who we thought.
Hold on. Do you not think Thiago came in thinking, I want to be the main man at this club? Like, I've been this side piece at Bayern where they're rotating me and they're playing me in some games and they don't need to play me in that German league because the German league it is where it is. But when I come to Liverpool, I'm coming because I want to be that main guy in the midfield. They can't tell him, oh yeah, but you're gonna rotate with Hendo. What?
You know what I say to that? Do you know what I say to that? Do you know what I say to that? When he comes and says that to me, I say, big man, do you know what that comes with? Do you know the pressure that comes with? Do you know how available I need you to be? Show me your availability. Show me your availability. Prior to him kicking a ball for us, bro. This is prior to him kicking one ball for us. I'll say that to him. Show me a season where you've been totally available. He would. And you know what? All right, you know what? I hear you, big man. Say nothing. You know, use me as and when you need me, I'm there in it. I'm that.
You know what it is as well. It was so naive from Klopp as well because let's deep it. This is a player we know is injury prone, coming into a team that presses 100 times more than the team he just previously came from. So I can't really blame Thiago for this. This is more on Klopp. This is more on Klopp, bro.
You know what? The fact that you said you said that he's just so integral in that, and he's coming just furthers my point as, bro, he came and did what the fuck he was meant to do, and it's unfortunate that you then didn't have a plan B. You asked him to try and do a fucking role that he clearly wasn't fucking suited for. Like I said, he ain't a cater, like where we're like rotted. He ain't a party. Like, where did this come from? You've been sick.
Yeah, I hear that.
And he's never been used to this intensity as well. That's another thing. I just knew these
Klopp taught him how to run, innit? He was like, Klopp actually taught him how to run about.
Taught him how to run. Ish, listen to what you just said, bro. Klopp taught him how to run. And brother, stop it. Man said, I've only just come, and this guy's now taught me how to run. And bro, you know when you start running, you know how you feel the next day, innit? And this guy is even fit, and come on, man. Shout out to Jerry, one of the only Pool fans who has a brain of an adult. Farted, Assad, is it like that?
That's always on smoke,
Not like that. That photo goal is different goals. I say no.
That was a mad goal.
He's spitting. Yeah,
I think it got voted goal of the Champions League. I think
it did. Yeah, imagine we got goal of the Premier season as well as Salah, and we didn't win either of them.
I know. Come on, man. Great analogy from Jerry Spring. Yeah, say that. All right.
And so, say on that note, when we had Sturridge, were you singing from the same hymn sheet? In regards 100%. To.
But then we didn't have a Klopp though. We had a meaty manager.
Sturridge weren't even getting used like that.
He weren't getting used like that. Exactly.
He weren't used because he weren't available. But he weren't used because he weren't available. And that's my point. He had the technique. Everyone, even Klopp came out one time and was like, I think there's something wrong with his head. Like, it's like he's injured, but he's not. And I feel like it's the same thing with Thiago. Like, are you really injured or is it just a little niggle? Because I know Henderson's playing with a broken foot. I know Souness and them men are playing with broken fingers and arms.
Who's this for
Thiago, innit? But I'm comparing Sturridge, innit?
Yeah, but I'm saying, the source is different. If my toes broke,
I agree, bro.
You don't know what I've got to do with them.
And I got dry pasta. What do I do then, bro?
But bro, you should have. But this is on us. This is what I'm trying to say. It's on us, bro. It's on us. Like, we have to look at ourselves.
Do Do you know where
Man,
we're clashing on this? Because I
Rom
feel
says,
that
Rom's is sick, yeah. Rom says, "Hey Nick, like brother, I've just started this new job, yeah. My timetable's a bit mad." I'm like, "All right, I hear you. Hey, listen, I'm going every day, and Roms is there. He's my co. I'm not listening to bro. It's not his fault that he won't be there. It's brother, you're a bit of a dickhead. He did kind of say that. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we knew what we were getting from Thiago. And just sorry, quickly before you go, boss, like I'm angry because brother, like these man said, we're coming out with the best goal Champions League, coming out the best goal of the fucking Premier League, and we won neither. Man's angry, bro. Like,
because you know, I just feel what Ish and Jerry said, they have been spot on in things they said, but I just feel like you man are directing this more to Thiago when it is the gaffer. That's where I just think we're clashing here, because I hear what you man are saying, but it's Klopp that's made us perceive Thiago in this way.
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him for being injured, but I just can't give him higher for the fact you've not been.
No, and that's fair. That is fair.
No, I hear that. So
ability wise, he's a 10. He's a 10 out of 10 ability wise.
Like a 12,
but I ain't seen it.
like,
but he hasn't been a 12. There's been times like I'm just trying to what has he
ability wise
been available, because that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna judge you on, because you were fucking overused. That's why I'm giving the same energy that I did to Verge, giving the same energy that I did to Trent, because these man are in the same boat. And I started by saying that, like, bro, I'm gonna maybe give these man higher than you think, because really and truly, it's not their fault that, do you know them ones there? Like, for being man.
Sorry to cut you, Ladimus is taking the...
Yeah, bro. So I showed you, bro. Ladimus saying Klopp is a pussy.
Ladimus clipped us up and he's retweeted it.
Nah, bro, I don't care, because to be fair, it's with context in it.
Yeah.
And these man, if they come and watch the video, then they'll know the context. But I'm probably gonna get called on Twitter, so I'm gonna stay off.
Me and you, but I stand back. Klopp's been a genius with no common sense.
He's a genius with no common sense. Like, as soon as he said, I said that is exact. And he's a pussy because he's better than he thinks he is, bro. Like, brother, I back you. Like, fucking G. What game was it when man did the free subs? Come off. Back. I said, Jesus Christ, I've never seen it. Where he slapped it, like, brother, back yourself. Like, you know them ones there. So what we saying about Thiago, anyways?
I'm giving him an 8. That's my opinion.
I can see 7.5.
7.5 is the most I can go, man.
Yeah, I can't go.
Yeah, you can go into
it falls into the set. Yeah.
The same thing anyway.
And them man have all had a similar season. If I'm being real,
it's true. Yeah, all 5. Yeah.
All right.
There's some tasty ones.
Content, you know.
No, big up yourself, Ladimus, bro. Big up
Ladimus on the last 3 minute rooms.
Bro, his internet was bad. No, cool. Ladimus. I just see Jerry crying in the corner of the screen.
Hey, oh yeah, I told him, bro, I'm trying to make it so I can help him get off 3G, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's hard in these streets. It's hard out here, bro. Please, like 20 man in there, slap the likes, man. Please, I hope you man are slapping the likes in it. Man like Taki are samurai. What we saying?
I ain't really seen him too tough, man.
Wait, first of all, before we start, is Demo in here?
I don't know.
He's coming. He's got his Taki notifications on.
Have you heard that saying when someone speak about you, your ear gets a bit hot and that? His ear's hot right now. He's gonna jump in.
I say 8.5 for
the minutes he had. He was great.
I was going to say that's key.
But I was literally about to say that. I was like, if we're giving that Thiago that energy,
you're going to say apply it for the same as
but you know what? Everything. He's got to be a 9 then.
Yeah, no, exactly. I would give him a 9. I thought I was being a bit brazy, but I'd give him a 9. Do you know why I give him a 9? Brother, really and truly, yeah, it's not his fault he weren't used. And we came out of this season with 2 domestic cups, and we would have got neither of them without him.
Bro, he was top scorer in both.
Bro, this is what I'm saying.
Correct me if I'm wrong, man. Did he get as much goals as games this season? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he got, or it was near.
Bro,
it'll be near. It'll be near. Definitely.
Yeah, like
let me try to see.
I'm giving him the 8 to 9 slot because, like I said,
he
was needed. What he was needed for. Yeah, man. I'll give him an 8.5, man, because that's exactly. I'm not saying he's a better player, but this is now you lot join late and you're trying to see how we're ranking. This is how well you've done for what you were asked to do in the season. Do you know them ones there? Like, and like I said, we wouldn't win either of these domestic cups without Taki. So yeah, man, he's. I'll give him an 8.5, 100%. 100%.
10 goals in 24 appearances, lads.
Jeez. That's mad.
That's a calm return still.
That's a
That's
very calm
calm
return,
return.
bro.
It's like a goal every 2.5, 3.
Every,
Now, that's
every other,
mad.
or something. Yeah, every 2 or something. That's mad.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Top player. Big at yourself, Coleon. Top player 8 to 9. Not higher. Psychedelic Science says 9 for the Samurai. No other player would sign for us and score that many important goals, bro. Trust me, man. Prime, yeah, that video of you with 3D glasses was jokes. Oh yeah, no, I seen that as well. I seen that still. All right, cool. Man like Mane.
Right. Let me kick this one off. All I'm going to say is, before we give the rating, and you know what? We're all level-headed. I think we all will not forget that first 6 months. That's all I'm going to say. we need to filter that in, bro. I was giving this because that first 6 months, I was saying things I thought I'd never say about Mane. I'm going to be honest. But how many times did us lot in the review laugh when he's trying to shoot he's trying to header and it's going out for a throw? And I was like, no, what's going on here? What is going on?
The Leicester miss, where he just one
And
v1 through on goal, bro.
That was a bit more recent than we thought. I thought that was before Christmas. That Leicester game was a couple days.
It was like just like the Boxing Day. It was our first game of first game of the year.
But the way he's made that 9 his own and the evolution of I never thought he could do this. I'm gonna be honest. I've said it many times. I didn't think he could actually stamp his authority on this 9. He's literally had the tale of 2 halves. Him and Salah literally swapped. They literally swapped that Freaky Friday, bro. They just swapped bodies, bro. But
do you know what it is though? I feel like with Mane, maybe I saw him live a couple of times as well, but I feel like his all-round gameplay was better than Salah's towards
100%.
Mane's worst was better than Salah's worst.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. You hit the nail on the head. On the head.
Salah's worst
even though Salah was doing madnesses, and even though he was doing all those turns and stuff, you know what I mean, the City goal was crazy. It's mad because at the end of the day, it's just a goal, innit?
Yeah.
It's just a goal.
I think I might agree with you there, Jerry, because even
so I feel like what Mane's done over the course of the season, like I might be mad, but I think it's overall had a better season than Salah.
Just a quick jump in.
I agree.
Mane was actually more clutch. If you think about the goals he got, they were big goals. Salah's goal, and I even said it I think it was on Jamie Phillips' stream. Like, I can't give that one goal of the season. It's not his fault we didn't win the game, but it was a goal and a 2-2 draw. Mane, if I think about it, City, he scored a brace to get us to the FA Cup final. Villarreal scored on both legs in the semis. Like, he was clutch, bro. He was clutch.
The closest to scoring in the final as well. And
so I've got to give him extra props for that.
He got us the first goal, even to have hope against Wolves as well. And I've realized Salah normally scores the goals in like a marauding of a team. Let's say you bet a team 3-4-0. He normally scores the first 1 or 2, then kind of that. You're right, Ish. You're actually spot on. Wait, what did we give Salah again?
We gave Salah 8.
8. Yeah.
I give Mane
like an 8.5, innit?
I give Mane 8.
Yeah, I get 8.5.
I'd agree. All right. Okay, then next is...
I can't wait for a couple.
Bobby. Man like Bobby. Oh, Bobby. What we say?
But unconditional love for this guy, but bro, we didn't see you, brother.
Let's get to some of the comments.
That was coming like John Cena, bro.
Via 01618 says 7 is clear for Mane. Mane's clear of Salah. Mane's clutch gene is brazy. Coleon says it's true. Big 2020 and the man them still on this Mane better than Salah train. Come on. We're just talking about the season, not talking about individual players, man. Bobby. Everyone's saying so. We got them quick. Where 5, 6 for Bobby is there. 5.5.
I'll probably just even give him a 5. Like, I'll be real. I didn't see him.
Mane. I think 5.5 for Bobby. I think he was just above average, to be fair.
Man, am I lying? But the only game I can think of that sticks out where he was actually sick was Southampton, where he was actually proper sick for the whole game. He was injured bare, you know. I think he must have had like 4 or 5 injuries.
Big up yourself, Ish, because you said a couple streams ago we actually need to have conversations because he kept getting injured this season, bro. Like something's going on.
No, you're right. No, you're definitely right. 100%. I think I would say probably 5.5. What you man say?
Yeah, he's just above average for me. If that. I'd
Yeah,
probably give him
that's
a half because I love
I
him
can
so
hear
much.
either
And
or.
it's sad to say, but he weren't above average. He weren't.
See, Jerry, I can't. I'm being generous because that's what I was thinking. And this is my favorite player, bro.
Listen,
That's what I'm saying. The
it's
point
hard,
first, I like you in it. Like I can't really.
Yeah.
see it,
listen,
bro.
if
He's not getting lower than he's not going lower than the 5.
No.
No, but listen. If obviously we're doing it, obviously the way like what we're talking about, like in terms of the minutes. But on top of not being available, there was a couple games he came, little things like he
was
couldn't
dead.
track the
He was
ball.
dead. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
him and Salah had he had 2 left feet. It weren't great. It weren't great. So for
One
me,
thing I will say though, when he came on the Champions League final, Mane and Salah, they went up at a slight
they
level
did.
still.
No, they did. I agree. But on the season as a whole,
Yeah, as a whole.
Recent memory, I've got a Bobby when he was playing well. But as the season came, like a couple of times the ball's been zipped into him.
Wait, man, then what's the
We've been drilling Jota. We've been drilling a couple man like Jota and that for the touch. His was equally as bad at times.
I was gonna say, what's the recent game he came on and he was stinking? He just kept losing it, and we were going mad. Was it Wolves? I think it was Wolves.
Wolves.
Bro.
He came on. Wolves when he came on and he kept coming off his shins and everything.
Bro, I think his pass
completion deep as well. Yeah.
His pass completion was like in the 40s, bro. It was poor. Like, I don't think he completed more than about 2 or 3 passes, bro.
He ended up in like the left back position, like doing 1-2s, and he couldn't even do that. And now,
let's move on from Bobby. We've cornered him.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's get into
it was burning safe, man.
Elliot. Now I've got, you know what it is, like we've got quite a few. I've got to try and wrap this.
That's deep. That's still fair, man.
Yeah, that's still fair, man. Like,
5 standard 5. Standard 5.
I was gonna say like he didn't really like
he was good start, but there's only 4 games in it,
and he wasn't really used. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I'll say a standard 5. Luis Diaz.
8.5 for me.
8.5.
I was just gonna say that.
I feel like
we don't get anywhere near the quad if he doesn't come in Jan.
Definitely
100%.
Hit the nail in the head.
And we've still got quite a lot to see from him. I feel like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely
the shooting needs to pattern up though.
Yeah, 100% shooting needs to pattern up.
That'll come, man. That'll come. But just
that
impact in it.
Exactly.
All round game has been the best out of the front 3, to be fair.
Simi. I think 9.
To say 8.5 as well.
Yeah,
8.5. Yeah. All right. We're now we're rocking. I like Matip.
10.
9, bro.
MVP.
Yeah, I'm saying 9.
MVP for me.
There's a couple players that go in the MVP, and he's one of them for me, bro.
I was gonna say Matip is one of the MVPs for me still. I definitely
deep it. Do you just ask yourself this? Do you remember him having a bad game? I'm genuinely actually trying to think. I don't really remember him having an actual, but he may have had moments in the odd game. I don't remember him having a bad game, bro.
There was one, but I think
he never got bullied.
I think, but him and Virgil were bad. Like the whole team was bad, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not Karius. We ain't got Luis Diaz in it, so we use Karius in it. So you might probably something late. So you have to use Luis. You have to use Karius.
Hey, man, not gonna be confused, bro.
I know. I'm thinking what? Nah. We just used him in it. Joey G.
5, 6.
I was gonna say 6 actually. Yeah, I was gonna say 6
because he was decent at right back as well.
Yeah,
he was decent at right back as well. It's not for him. We're seeing Milner there, and we saw what Milner was doing against Foden for City. So like, I'm glad he just came in and gave us like another option in it.
So, Milner was all right apart from that game though. That game was just
better
the beginning to the end, innit?
Yeah, I'm not trying to see him right back anymore.
6.
Milner, I can hear 6.5. You know, towards the back end, he was very good. He was very good towards the back end.
I can hear a 7. I'll be real. I can hear a 7.
Solid 7 for Milner, isn't it? I give that.
Literally, but it's deep. If he was in it, it's kind of in the region of Robbo and Hender. I don't think them 3 probably had all similar season. When the Milner stepped in, he was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just that game.
I'm so surprised. I'm saying that. You asked me at the start of the season, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
At 37 or 36 as well. Solid, man. You have to give it.
Naughty.
MVP. And there's one reason why there's 3 men that get into that top bit, and the only reason I'm saying is straight for man to lose only 1 game out of all these games he started in, and meant 2 big goals at the San Siro. He's scoring most goals in the Champions League. Nah, man. For me, I don't know what you man saying, but he's a straight 10 for me. MVP, man.
I would have said 9.5. But
I would have said 9.5. I'm not gonna lie. I would have.
Same.
There was 1-2 howlers. There was 1-2 howlers.
The Wolves one just sticks to mind, didn't it?
Wolves, Villarreal.
Even the Inter one, even though he scored in the game, the Inter one was.
Yeah, the Inter one with that was just. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll give him a 9.5.
And Villarreal, yeah.
Man like Origi.
Again, down to Klopp, but hardly saw him when we should have.
But when you saw him, he
made an impact in almost all of his appearances. I'm being real.
Appearances. It's just they were just few and far between. That's not his fault.
What?
I can put him in. I can put him in that Milner, Joey G category.
Yeah, I'd agree. Because I feel like he did. You can't blame him. Jota.
Oh,
7.
Don't joke with this one. Right, let's be real. He bagged important goals. Like, before I go in on him, he bagged important goals. But I can't give my man any higher than a 7.
I was going to say a 6.5. But yeah,
I think 7. Only because during AFCON, he was really holding it down, bro.
But you have to remember as well, didn't he get 15 goals in the Prem as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he scored.
That's a lot of goals, man.
He didn't score in the business end at all
that season, innit? He
started scoring in business end at all. His last goal was against City in April.
Yeah,
You've got to bear that in mind as well. Man did not score in the
run. Some of his big up Les was shocking. Some of his performances were mad. 21 goals in order. But all right, so man like Curtis Jones.
5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He was average still.
I feel like he didn't get a run of games. I think if he got a run of games, I like what I see from Jones, innit? I think he keeps the ball really well. I think he's the only one of our midfield that tries to do it something, innit? Like tries to break the lines, tries to pop off a shot, like holds onto the ball in dangerous areas. Yeah, sometimes it does it for a bit too long, but it's something different. The rest of the midfield just pass sideways to sideways, and I feel like it offers us something different. It's just a shame he didn't. I know he had that eye injury and stuff, but it's a shame he didn't play more games, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jota ain't getting more than that just because of kind of like we've gone into that when we're not thinking. Okay, so man like Kelleher.
9, bro.
We don't win that without him. You know what I mean? And again, that's what
even the Leicester, not even just the final, the Leicester game as well, just immense, bro.
I ain't even asking you, man. I'm not even.
Yeah, just put him straight up there. Put him straight up.
Listen.
I just always have to give Ram his credit because when he said this time ago, I was looking at him sideways, bro.
Said it early. Big up Ram. Said it early. Big up Ram.
You kill me. Man said you left this one to last.
Nah, do it is. With Ali though, I feel like 100% MVP. His kicking sometimes just scares me. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah, but he has kept us in games at times.
He has saved us.
No, 100%.
When you say kicking, Jerry, like scarily good or scarily bad?
Bad. Like sometimes when the ball's coming to him, and it's like
that's when he has time to think, bro. When he doesn't have time to think, it's amazing. But when he has time to think,
that's what I'm saying. But when we keep the ball and it's controlled, that's when you want that's why you got to give your props to Edison because he just finds his man every time and it's just accurate. It's just calm and composed. Sometimes
but you can say Edison's been meaty. His goalkeeper's been meaty this season, though. You can say Edison's actually. Edison's keeping has been meaty this season.
100%. I'm talking about the kicking, particularly.
All right, and then so what are we saying for Ox? Because let's be honest, we can't forget about his AFCON. And
Ish is giving him an A.
Bro, like
he was wicked in January, though. Like he was to say,
it's like 4 games out of 64.
But he was good.
You were decent in 4 games out of 64. That's all I'm saying. What percent? That's like 2%.
So he can't get any more than them man in it. Like let's be honest. But
my bad. I was looking at boss like Endo's comment in it. It just made me crease.
Oh my day.
In the family and that. Like, listen, Listen,
What's on the little-
I've got to jump on the next thing, so I've got to literally cut. But before we do,
that's
there's
mad.
no way I can leave here without doing Klopp. So what we giving Klopp? And oh my guy, Doug, big up Doug, man, big up yourself, Doug. Hope you're well, man. Please make sure you're going over to Dugout Football channel and subscribing to my guy. Nicest guy.
I can hear it. 8.
I think 8. I think 8. He made a lot of mistakes, but
it was still mad for him to do what he done. I played every game available in this season. Yeah.
Come on.
yeah.
What about the season overall? Quickly before you cut.
7.
Yeah, that's what
I said 8. I said 8 the other day, and I'm sticking to it. But it's more for sentiment. But
I think 7.5. I think
give the season at 8.
Yeah, I think I'll give it 7.5. Great journey. Just unfortunate end to it, really. But yeah, like that's. No, I'm not Scottish. I just live in Scotland. My man's not putting on no accent, like that. I'm just out here in Scotland at the moment. But no, listen. Well, it's been a good show. I enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone that jumped in. Psychedelic Science saying that season was an 8. So yeah, around that overall season, 7.5, 8 is I think we all probably would have. Yeah, we got the Champions League and we're talking. Well, anyways, let's not do that to ourselves. But listen, I just want to thank you, Jerry, for coming on.
No worries, man.
Generation X, you know what it is. Thanks ever so much. So I missed you, man. I'm not even gonna lie, straight.
Come on.
And yeah, listen, like I said, thanks everyone that's do you know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel, all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Please.
What are we on now, saying?
Hit that like.
Because remember I said 10 days, like 7 days ago.
Yeah, you weren't. Yeah, you was on it. You said you're gonna try and itch me up. What are we on now? Still, I think we're.
My phone says 949 now.
949. There you go. So
50 subscribers.
You get me?
We can do that.
Please hit that subscribe, share it, and all of that. Like that. Hit the like. But listen, it's been a good one. I'm gonna pattern up the season review, the season team of the year show. But you know what it's like trying to get every man is mad. But I'm trying to do that now. But yeah, man, content will be flying. So make sure you're there. Turn your post notifications on and all of them thing there. Yeah, man, and love. Thank you. Wow.